Hey, you gotta watch out for those blood-stained polygons. Wouldn't want kids playing this. The graphic violence of the PlayStation 1. Ooh! So much blood and death and shambling zombies. I thought this was going to be a kid-friendly game. Oh, that monster is so terrifying. He has a rocket launcher, a messed up face. I hope that's the only time we see him in the game. What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome to my new Let's Play of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Probably one of the most requested Resident Evil games for me to play. And it took me a while to figure out why. This is a really good entry in the series, but it's also one of the most difficult in the series. It does a lot of evolving things from Resident Evil 2. They made it so much better. But the one thing is the difficulty, the main selling point. For the subtitle there, which we'll get into later, and right here. For beginners, there is no normal mode if you want just a simple challenge. You either go for extremely sissy baby mode, or hard mode right off the bat. And hard mode is the one we're going to be going with, because that's how you get all the good stuff. Shoot me now. Announcer!
Resident Evil 3.
I'll just add in a Nemesis and it'd be perfect.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
Those guys really suck at their job. Haven't they ever seen a zombie movie or, had to deal with them before? There was a game before this, guys. No, jump out of an exploding building, casually stand up unharmed. That's how Jill Valentine does it. Yes, we're going to play the protagonist from the very first Resident Evil game. She's back for the second sequel, I guess you'd call it. Head over here, and guess what? It's cutscene time. Again. Except this time, there's no talking. Oh, what are we gonna do? How about some plot convenience for you? Hey, can we have your autograph? Clop, 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 clop.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive.
Somehow I'm typing my inner thoughts.
okay. We've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there! How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here!
No! I'm not going anywhere! I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters! Now leave me alone! I told you! I'm not leaving! Never!
Quite a step up from the acting in Resident Evil 2. I approve. So, welcome to the brand new world of Resident Evil 3. There are so many new things, well, I guess not too many new things that they added. At least they kept in the walk stutter. I absolutely love that. You see those manuals in our inventory? Yeah, those are new. We're going to be going through a lot of tutorial stuff starting out, and I'm really glad they start you off here, because not only do they give you a free fully healing item, they also give you 30 handgun bullets. And I mentioned evolution in the Resident Evil games. Well, here's one of the first ones. Right here. You don't have to push a button to walk upstairs! Thank God! That is one of the greatest things. Now you can walk up and down stairs at any point in the game. There's a downside to this. This means enemies can too. So, just be wary of what's behind you, because they'll follow you down the stairs. But for now, let's talk about game mechanics. Resident Evil, it's a puzzling survival game, survival horror game, however you want to call it. If you hold down the R button, and these are going by the GameCube controls, you can aim. And right here, a very good technique is the quick turn. Pressing backwards from your position and pressing B will make you turn around, or you can just flick the C stick and you'll automatically do a turn. You have plenty of files that tell you the backstory of Resident Evil, but they also have 2 instruction manuals. Not 1, 2 instruction manuals to tell you how to play the game. A lot of them are transferred over from the other Resident Evil games, so if you see something that's, in the other games, I'll just skip over it. Like targeting, I already put the auto aim on, so there's no problem here. Emergency escapes. This is the only part in any game that tells you, in order to get zombies off you, you need to, wiggle the control stick and press all the buttons. That's how you do it. But here's something new. The dodge. If you're holding down the aim button and you press the fire button right as an enemy is about to get you, you'll be able to dodge it. There's a lot of simplistic stuff. You can press the Z button to look at the map. Again, this is by GameCube controls. Live selection. These are something brand new. Not in today's gaming, but consider them QuickTime events, but slow. If that makes any sense. You'll see what I mean when we actually get to it. And you can press the start button to skip cutscenes. Certain cutscenes. You can't skip them all, but, like the CG stuff you can skip. But here's another brand new thing they added to Resident Evil 3, but never brought it back, to my knowledge. Ammunition creation. You can use this reloading tool, transfer gunpowder into different types of weaponry. So you can mix the different types of gunpowder, A and B, and if you mix A and B together, you get C. You can mix all those together to make different amounts of ammunition. There's different combinations of ammo, and here are the most basic ones. What they don't tell you is, you can make special ammo. And this will probably be what's next here. You can also mix gunpowder with grenade rounds to make them even more powerful. And right here, improved ammunition. The more you use gunpowder with the reloading tool, the better your ammo can get. You can only use it with specific guns, but we'll get to that when we get there. Here's a good example of gunpowder A. The main reason you would use gunpowder A is to make handgun bullets, gunpowder B for shotgun rounds. Combine them together, you get C ammo, and that will help you make grenade launcher ammo. It'll also help you eventually make magnum ammo if you combine 3 Cs. It's really complicated, and hopefully I put something on screen telling you all the combinations. Combine it here, and look at that, we get 30 bullets out of 2 containers of gunpowder. The further along we go, and the more we mix the gunpowder, the more ammo we will actually get out of a single item of gunpowder. And then eventually we can make enhanced ammo. This will be a lot for later, but I'm going over the basics now. We're going rapid fire here. There's nothing else here. Another staple of Resident Evil is being able to check around just random objects, and sometimes you'll get items out of it. In Resident Evil 2, they did it a lot, but in Resident Evil 3, they don't do it much. I guess it's because we're going to be exploring the entire city, so they don't want to, hide random things in random spaces. But some of the things, the items that you need to collect, glitter. When you find those, chances are it's a special item that helps you advance in the game. So we picked up the back door key, and there's only one other door we can use it on, so let's go ahead and use it. I still love this, by the way. You could just walk downstairs. You don't have to push a button. You don't have to watch a character walk down the stairs. I think somebody asked me in the older Resident Evil games whether they ever trick you or not with discarding keys. They never do. As soon as the game tells you that something is useless and you want to throw it away, you want to throw it away because you're never going to use it again. I really like how this game looks. If we're talking evolution in games, going from Resident Evil 2 to 3, they definitely got a higher resolution. And that's because the GameCube version of Resident Evil 3 is a combination of all the other versions. So there's small aspects from the PC version. Unfortunately, the skipping of the door transitions did not come from the PC version. But just the higher textures, that just screams Dreamcast because it looks a lot nicer. It's got the processing power. And there's some other aspects from the PlayStation version. We'll get to those later. But mainly it comes in the form of equipable costumes. Again, we'll get to those later. Sometimes in this game, you will get random events that will happen. They're highly scripted, but I call them random just to make them seem more mysterious. So we had a guy run out of there, and a bunch of zombies were chasing him. We're actually going to go down there, and you'll see how utterly impossible it was for him to get out of there unscathed. Especially because he ran straight out the door with 4 zombies in that same area. Right there, I did an automatic reload because Jill ran out of bullets in the gun. You can actually go into your inventory and reload yourself. That's actually more recommended because you would have to wait for the entire clip to end, and sometimes you really need ammo right then and there, so it's a good idea to go into your inventory, combine the ammo with your gun. It'll make your life so much easier. And this might be a death wish. Let's see if I can actually make it through there. There's 2 items down here. One of them's not necessary, but in order to advance, I do need the one. Well, but... okay, that'll work. Right down here. Already, we have a new weapon, the shotgun. A very good weapon, but starting out on hard mode, save all the ammo for the shotgun you can. Trust me. And right here's the key item we needed, the lighter oil. As far as shotgun rounds go, there isn't a lot of ammunition spread around Raccoon City, or as Jill calls it at the beginning, Raccoon City. But you're going to want to conserve all the big gun ammo. And even with the gunpowder, they do give you plenty of gunpowder to help you make it through the game. But if you want to have an easy time in hard mode, kind of a paradox there, you're going to want to save your heavy ammunition. It's in the title, you'll see what I mean. Oh, look at that, a survivor! Oh, those are really rare. Yeah, sometimes in this game you will find a random survivor, or you will hear them and they'll run off. So I wonder... We just went around in a complete circle, and I think I heard her scream. Did she end up back here? Oh. Well. Crap. She didn't make it. Okay. Nope. I was seeing if she had any items on her. I'm not even going to try it. It's too small of a space. That's one of the special things I like about Resident Evil 3. There are survivors that are just around the city randomly, but it only happens at the beginning. I guess it just shows that, as this zombie outbreak is happening, people are still alive at the beginning of when Jill's running around Raccoon City, but later on, all the survivors just disappear. And it makes logical sense in a zombie outbreak, I know how silly that sounds, that there wouldn't be any more. Excuse me, sir, I need to grab this green herb out of your chest. These are green herbs, simple healing items. Your health goes by green is fine, yellow caution, orange caution, red danger, and eventually dead. The green herb will heal you from yellow to green. It's basically one level. But sometimes you'll be hurt so much on yellow caution that not even a green herb will help. I'll let you live today, zombie. And there is a reason I'm not killing every single zombie. For one, my ammo situation right now. But, Oh, there goes another person. If you ever want a good strategy to escape zombies grappling you, if you can lead them to stairs. I know it sounds silly, but if you can lead a zombie to stairs, they will have this, like, acid puke attack. And that's the only thing they can do on stairs. So, that is, like, the easiest way to get rid of a zombie. Or at least have it not grapple you, because that deals a lot more damage, especially if your back is turned to them. And look at that, we got our first map. There are, I think, 6 maps to collect, so not a very long game, but definitely worth playing. Trust me, it gets very intense later because of the subtitle. Speaking of the subtitle, let me get into a little backstory about Resident Evil 3. Apparently, after Resident Evil 2 was made, Capcom was going to make 2 more Resident Evil games. Resi 3, and a spin-off game. Resident Evil 3 was actually going to be drafted for a next-gen console, like the Dreamcast, which is where one of the games eventually ended up, and a bunch of the games got ported. But the spin-off was going to be for the PlayStation, and it was going to be called Resident Evil Nemesis. Unfortunately, Capcom had a deal with Sony where they had to release a numbered sequel on the PlayStation 1. They took the game that was going to be the spin-off and turned it into the numbered sequel, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. The spin-off eventually became Resident Evil Code Veronica and was put on the Dreamcast, and is a very good game, just saying. We're definitely going to have to come back here. That's one of the beauties of Resident Evil. When you see a place that needs a different item, you're going to have to backtrack, but 9 times out of 10, totally worth your time. That dude ran off as soon as he saw us. Not one for self-defense, but let's see what he's doing. Oh, he's getting killed! Of course!
Get away!
Let me help you out here, buddy. One shot at a time. Please don't waste more ammo than you have to help him out.
Brad, hang in there. Why isn't someone doing something about this?
I didn't know you were still alive, Jill. The police aren't trained for this kind of situation. What could they do? Listen, he's coming for us. We're both gonna die.
What are you saying?
You'll see. He's after STARS members. There's no escape.
He? Who is he? Who is after STARS members? Well, he left us in suspense. After we save him, he just runs off again? Well, fine, be that way. You were the coward of STARS. In the first game, you left us for dead in your helicopter. Before we end off the episode, let me actually show off easy mode. This is ridiculous. You will feel like a child playing on easy mode. It is that simplified for you. First things first, the big noticeable change. Jill starts off with a submachine gun. I just think that's hilarious. Like, she comes busting out of an exploding building and just goes, "What? I have a submachine gun. I could take out all these zombies if I wanted to." There are so many other differences when it comes to easy mode as opposed to hard mode. I mean, there should be, because a difficulty change. But as soon as you see what's actually changed in the very beginning of the game, you'll realize how ridiculous the changes are. The one thing they did give you, besides the submachine gun with 100% ammo, they gave you a first aid spray box with 3 first aid sprays. That's 3 fully heals. And then they take away the ammo there. Another thing is, when you combine gunpowder with the reloading tool, you get double the amount that you would on hard mode. But why would you need that? The item box has infinite ink ribbons, so you can save as many times as you want. And look at all this free crap! They even give you the Magnum first thing. That is stupid. I mean, if it's your first time playing, that's fine. But if you're going, like, for some challenge, there's going to be no challenge. You're going to open fire on every single thing that gets in your way, human or zombie. You have the arsenal to make it through the entire game from the beginning. And then the gunpowder just adds so much more. I mean, you don't even need it. I'm thinking next time on Resident Evil 3, we're going to see what Brad was so shaken up about. Somebody's after us. I wonder who it could be.